While I am on the subject of cryptocurrencies, and to risk some more thumbs down on this video, I've been reading all sorts of articles, very bullish. I can't find many bearish articles on these cryptocurrencies. They're all about how much money people are making, how the sky's the limit. Bitcoin's going to go to 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. I mean, there's all sorts of price targets about how high these things are going to go. I'm reading articles about how, the cryptocurrencies make gold obsolete because, before gold didn't have any competition for money, but now, it's got all this competition from cryptocurrencies. There's no need for gold anymore because the cryptocurrencies are better. All this is a bunch of nonsense. Of course, gold always had competition for money. It's just that it beat out all the competitors. It was the best money the free market could find. These cryptocurrencies are not going to withstand the test of time. And of course, there are more and more of these things being created every day. And I pointed out that the peak market cap on these cryptocurrencies, I remember when it was 115, 118, it may have gotten as high as $120 billion for all the cryptos combined. And I'm looking at them now, and it's now below 80 billion. So it's still a lot of value. And Bitcoin is, regaining some of its market share. As I'm looking at this website, coinmarketcap.com, and it goes for the top 100 cryptocurrencies, and then it gives the total market cap. Now, I'm not sure if this is the total market cap of just those 100, or if that includes, the hundreds and hundreds that weren't big enough to make the list. But the market cap here now is just under 80 billion, 79.5 billion. And the market cap on Bitcoin is 38.4 billion. So about 45%. I think the lowest I saw Bitcoin get down to about maybe 38% of the total market cap. But it used to be 80, 90, 95% before all these competitive coins started hitting the market, and all these ICOs, initial coin offerings that are going on one after another. But all these articles about all the upside and how everyone's going to get rich and how people are buying in at the bottom. I mean, they're writing about people buying in at the bottom, buying now. We are nowhere near the bottom. These things are all over the place. They talk about them. They write about them. This, if anything, this is near the top. But meanwhile, if you look at the total market cap of these cryptocurrencies now, below 80 billion, when it used to be close to 120 billion, you now have better than a 30% decline in the market cap of cryptocurrencies. That means they're in a bear market. I mean, Bitcoin, as I'm talking, Bitcoin is just under 2350. The low this morning, it was down at around 2450. So it's been bouncing around. It's been lower, but it was 3,000, within the last month. So even Bitcoin itself is, put down over 20% from its peak. So all these currencies now are in bear markets. I mean, just look at the 24-hour change. Some of these, Ripple is down 16%. Ethereum is down 12%. And then you go down in some of these currencies, if you scroll down, I'm looking at some down 23%, 20%, 19%, 17%, 18%, 21%, 24%, 20%, 20%, 26%, 21%. These are just 24-hour declines, 20%, 21%, 19%, 22%, 26.5% on this one, 20%. I mean, big drops. So as I'm reading all these bullish articles about how much money you're going to make, meanwhile, the price is falling. And I just learned about this company called Salt Lending. And what Salt Lending does is they will let you borrow money against your cryptocurrencies. I don't know if it's just Bitcoin or, how many different cryptos they're willing to accept as collateral. I was reading on their website, and for some reason, I couldn't find, what the interest rate was on the loan. Nowhere could I find how much you would be charged to borrow money against your cryptocurrencies, nor could I figure out what the loan-to-value ratio was. How much value in cryptocurrencies do you have to deposit versus what they will lend you? And I don't know when the margin calls would be triggered. I did read on the website that margin calls were possible if the value of your cryptocurrencies declined by a certain amount, but they didn't really say what those benchmarks were. So I don't know, maybe they'll give you a 50% loan to value. So maybe if you deposit $10,000 worth of Bitcoins, you can borrow $5,000 of fiat currency. against that, and you've pledged your $10,000 of Bitcoins as collateral. Now, obviously, if Bitcoins go down to some level, obviously they're not going to let it go down all the way to the 5,000. That's probably too risky. I don't know how much cushion they want. Maybe if your Bitcoins go down to 7,000 of value, for example, you might have a margin call. They might require you to bring it back up and put in another 3,000 or so. And if you don't put it out, they're going to sell your Bitcoins for whatever they can get, and then they'll take back their 5,000, and if there's anything left over, well then you can have that. But to me, this is the sign again of a top that people would want to lever up their cryptocurrencies, that there's some company that's going to take the risk, because if you look at the way these things trade, there's not a lot of bids there. I mean, if there's ever a bunch of margin calls where you have forced selling, where you just have to hit a bid, I mean, those bids are not that big. I mean, this market can evaporate, and even if they have a big cushion when they put out the margin call, by the time they actually liquidate your collateral, it may not be equal to the loan. So it could be a big loss for the lenders. And by reading on this website, if you borrow against your Bitcoin, the only recourse the lender has is the Bitcoin collateral. I mean, if the Bitcoin collateral loses too much value and they sell it and they still haven't recouped what they loaned you, they can't go after your bank account. They can't garnish your wages or seize your car or something. It's, all they can get is the cryptocurrency. But, it's if these cryptocurrencies are money, why would people even be borrowing against them in the first place? If you need money, just spend your cryptocurrencies. The fact that people want to lever them up, they don't want to treat them as money. They want to treat them as a speculative asset. They don't want to sell them. They want them to keep going up, even though they need money